everyone, this is your girl Melody. Welcome to our legal talk show and nasimanake guys amuka kamutsa kunanza tiripo pa studio pa Say What. This legal talk show is proudly brought to you by Say What with the courtesy of Swedish Embassy in Zimbabwe. For our today's topic, today I am joined by Mkoma Shadaya. Mkoma Shadaya varimo murukungo vaona mukuzuonera, and we have Honorable Hamauswa who is here with us, and today we are going to discuss about the legal side of the internet etiquette. So Mkoma Shadaya chingokwazisa ima viewers.
Madi, don't worry about it. Madi. I hope everyone is good.
Those ones, those and Honorable, greet the audience.
Welcome our dear viewers. Thank you, Say What, for inviting me. Welcome to this episode. Thank you.
Sakana sezvandotaura achange ari manake anditi tikutaura about the legal side of the internet etiquette. So starting with you, Honorable, without wasting much of our time, what do you understand, or what's your definition of internet etiquette?
Okay, in line with the current developments, my understanding when we talk of internet etiquette would be the principles of using the internet without violating other people's rights. So what governs the legal use of the internet without necessarily infringing into other people's rights. That's my understanding.
Defendant and violating other people's rights. Okay, and Shadaya, what's your definition?
I would simply say these are guidelines with regards to, limitations as how far someone can go with whatever they're doing on the internet. Like they said, the key thing here is do not violate someone's rights. Mm-hmm. But at the same time now, we can get to a point whereby it becomes sort of like a bit too restrictive now, because in expressing your own things in your own way on the internet, mm-hmm. without any intention, someone can deem it also harmful to them. There needs to be, some bit of clarity with regards to that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, as of late, Mkoma Shadaya, ma streets muruku pisa, kune vanhu varibita, kune vanhu varikuchema, and all on the issues of the young women and girls, or tongoti women and girls. They are saying they are being violated by some of your posts on social media. To say, some are saying you are degrading women, or you are saying women are inferior. Taking for instance the issue of virginity thing, you said like mafungiro nimaitire vanhu zvinogona kusiyana nditi. But what's your take on that? Because young women out there and girls, they are saying my streets are kuchema, alright? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, thing. I usually operate on social media.
Yes.
Mainly Twitter. Mm-hmm. For anyone who joins Twitter, they are what they call TNCs, terms and conditions. Mm. If you violate the terms and conditions, your account is either suspended, either temporarily or permanently. Mm. Yes. So for those people who say that I am, violating their rights, I'm not using the internet the proper way, why am I still, why is my account still very much active on Twitter? Yes, because the thing now is almost daily. Mm-hmm. People report my account, and I get the notifications from Twitter. We reviewed this tweet of yours. We saw nothing wrong with it. I'm moving with the, within the guidelines of theirs. I'm simply making discussions.
So, my discussions, this is one of my followers can name to serious paper.
No, this goes beyond, chasing clout. This is something real for us, like. We are at a point whereby modernity and our traditional way of life, right? Mm-hmm. So, yes, are we saying we are totally done with the traditional way? We are now going on with the modern way. or are we saying we're going to bridge certain things from the traditional way with the modern way? This is the kind of discussions that I'm making. Which we need to have a clear path of where we are going. Are we totally done with the traditional way or not?
Okay, also that's your point,
yes.
To say, are we done with this or that? All right, so kuna honorable tombonzwa kune zvemutemo. My question to you, what does our cyber and data protection laws says in view of the online harassment and abuse of women and girls? Because say kunzo kutuda unzwisisa kuti law inotichi, the legal frames anotichi in terms of the online. Pamwe turungopinda chingwe chiri kuita. Saka zvemutemo.
Okay, in simpler terms, I would say, first of all, the Cyber and Data Protection Act is a bit complicated. And I will start by also urging organizations and partners of Parliament and also Parliament itself, to make sure that there is awareness to the people of Zimbabwe, the young girls, the young children, in terms of the new law, the Cyber and Data Protection Act. They need to make sure that there is awareness. But in simpler terms, the law also came as a result of the increased usage of internet and other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And while this is a good development, as we have seen, like the issues of e-learning and also e-governance, but there are associated challenges such as cyberbullying. So the law actually have provisions, should be section 164, which actually highlights that any person who unlawfully and intentionally, by means of a computer or information system, makes available, broadcasts or distributes data to any other person concerning any identified or identifiable person, knowing it to be false with the intention to cause psychological or economic harm, shall be guilty of an offense. So what it means is that the now issues like cyberbullying, communication of falsehoods, can be criminalized under the Cyber and Data Protection Act. And those who are found to be guilty, when they are brought before the court, they can actually be imprisoned maybe to between 5 and 10 years. Really? Yes. And one of the major issues that we are seeing here there is that Cyber and Data Protection Act amended Criminal Law and Codification Act. The major aspect which was there was of defamation, and it has been difficult, to bring people before the court. There are some cases. There was a case of Mushunje before, which case actually proved to be difficult actually to bring to book those who are found guilty in terms of cyber bullying and also other related computer crimes. So now people can actually go to jail, and the punishment seems to be also stiff. And this is a welcome development, because it can also act as a deterrent measure for those who would be maybe found wanting in terms of abusing computer and ICT technologies. So, but of course there are some gray areas. The court system, they have to be also updated, because now the Cyber and Data Protection Act also makes another important change, where it also sought to make internet evidence admissible before the courts of law. And of course there are issues that are being raised, but it doesn't explain clearly how the data that is going to be used is going to be extracted or acquired. So those are some of the issues that can be improved later. But in short, the Data and Cybersecurity Act provides for criminalization of abuse of internet. Thank you.
Oh, mazvinzwira guys, hanzi zvakutosungisa pane zvinosungisa ndofunga muri kungonzwa mukuzvibatira. Kuna mukoma Shadaya, tichitarisa nyaya iri kupisa izvezvi nyaya yevirginity and what not. You said tikutaura nyaya yeculture nemodernity, right? But why is it like people tend to say you are more like oppressing women and you are saying what men are doing is good? Because I read something changa chakanzi kurora munasiri virginity hafane kufisirwa mari, and the issues ekuti unoziva kuti akarara nevanhu vangani o akamwa morning after mangani o umbu yake yakaita tiri kudi kuti zvonizvo ko varume because hatizvibvise tega virginity, like mastreets ndo zvaari kutaura, they are saying hatizvibvise tega virginity varume. But now when you are talking of culture, why is it we are promoting varume kuti vave promiscuous, kuti itai yamagara muchingoita, but then imimi vakadzi ndimi mune problem?
Now here's the thing, you know, kana mababy achicomplaina kuti hanzi inini I'm supposed to be warning men kuti do not de-virgin women, and it inini I think munhu wese from, you know, African setup, and it kubvira uchikura you should grow up with you know, surrounded by loving parents or guardians. Zvinhu zvinoudzwa munhu wese, no sex before marriage. There's a reason why they tell you that, and especially why, because the consequences of premarital sex are more harsh on you than the boy child. Ina andite mimba, and it iwo ukaita mimba right now uchiri mwana wekuchikoro already zvinhu zvako zvato affected, and you stand to lose more than inini, handitika. So there's really nothing chandikati hanzi chiri too taboo chandataura about that. Iwewe unopindire mudhiri raunoziva kuti iri dhiri ndinonyora. I mean, unless a woman was raped, handitika, she should be held liable for whatever that happened. Yes.
But tati tichikudza vechidiki ngatidzidzise vana mukomana kuti iwo karara nemusikana unomitisa, anditi pane kuti iwo toita kunge ava takuvasiya vega atichavadzidzisi atisisina basa navo. There vakomana handiti kuti vakomana havana basa because hauiti nhumbu, mukomana hauiti nhumbu.
Now yes thing chandada uchikudzana ndopa patachitaura kuti the problem is this: we are living in a society that wants to idealize something that can never be real. Ekuti men and women are the same.
We are not.
Yes thing. Do you know why? The things that apply to men and the things that apply to women are different. Think about this. Imimi wakadzi chaivo makagara mega muri vasikana. I've never heard you saying kuti inini I wish to have a virgin for a guy. Where is he supposed to get the experience now? Where is he supposed to get the experience? Are you
not homogenizing things?
Yes thing. Who gets shamed for sex, men or women, when it comes to sexual performance? He's a 2-minute man. Anita ange nudu, ange wuku, ange chi. Who gets that? Varume. And where is he supposed to get that experience? Iwewe, put yourself on negatishi. Put yourself, protect yourself to a point iwewe you are not going to be the one achadzidzirwa experience.
Saka muchadzidzira panani now because tikudzidzisa vasikana kuti zvichengetedze.
Yes thing. It has been told muri kudzidzisa vasikana kuti vachengetedze. No, that's a lie. Because right now we are in an area kuti tiri hanzi we've got the most sexually liberated women. We are telling them you can do zvinhu zvinoitwa nevarume. You can have casual sex like varume. You can do whatever you want with your body like varume.
My body, my rights, my choice.
Yes. Of which it's nonsense.
How can you say that? Because kwa muri mukoma Shadaya, you can do what you want with your body, right?
No.
Ndino kodzero yekuita zvandinoda nebody yangu.
Yes thing. As a woman, you cannot walk on that path yekuti anzvo nini my body, my roles. Because at the end of the day, iwewe you have more consequences to pay for abusing your body. That's the thing. Now, for example, when it comes to porn, yes, takupinda porn. research, it's a clinical research yakaitwa handitika. Male porn stars, they're actually more happy for having too much casual sex, sleeping with different women. But then when you look at the women now, the women in porn, they're actually hooked on my antidepressants because they've had sex with too many men. And that itself already tells you it doesn't apply on both genders. And ndosaka uchitoona kuti there's a way yanga yakaitwa kuti zvinhu zvibalance. And women are the ones who get sort of like slut shamed by society. And whilst men may not get slut shamed, they also get what? Broke shamed.
Okay.
And though the way you balance wa society, but now you want us kuti ti uyu tibatanze zvinhu zvisingakwanisi kubatana. Can I broke shame you? Kuti uri broke you? Would you feel even bad ndikautaona mari as a chick?
Ndiri hasila saka ndotofila bad.
No, like women pachezvenyu chaipo muchiinzi muri kuwanzirana oro muri kutukana
kwandotambira hangu. Yes.
Munhu anodzwa unzi uri. It's very rare kuti unzi bebri rimwe richinzi uri rombe. And kuvarume ndokunonzi uri rombe.
Okay.
Things apply differently to these genders. But muda kutira kuti hanzi tiite interchangeable zvinhu izvi.
Chiri musakasaka chinozvinzwira, ndofunga muri kungozvinzwira iri mudariro, iri kukangwa, iri mugango. Honorable, mune chekutsinira here?
Yeah, what I can say is that the topic related to the post by Shadaya and also to what we have said, they are actually beyond the legal divide. They are beyond the legal issues. They have to do with the culture, the traditions. I know that in African countries, I speak of in Zambia and also even here in Zimbabwe, there are certain cultures that are still stuck to the issue of virginity. They regard it with high respect to a point that the parents whose daughter was married and found to have lost virginity before marriage, they will feel ashamed. So those are the issues which depends with the culture.
Okay.
And also the legal issue also comes into play. Then say, according to the constitution, you are free to engage in sexual activities once you reach the age of 18 years. So, and also the issue of widening of freedoms. It is also increasingly becoming difficult even for parents to say to their child, you can't have sex, but in terms of also protecting the values, because also the laws should be speaking to our culture, tradition and values. But now we're also living in a global village where you find that we have also the convention against all forms of discrimination against women, and then saying women and men should be treated equally, and they should also be able to be afforded equal opportunities. But my worry is not more about this issue, which is very complicated, but my worry is about after a girl has lost their virginity, how the men can also abuse them through the social media, using the computer, using Twitter, using Instagram. Now maybe that the relationship is broken down. Someone now is taking pictures while he's having sex with a girl, and they maybe starting bullying the girl child. So cyberbullying, in my view, in this case, becomes also something that stands in the way of equalizing opportunities between men and women. And more importantly, as we are going towards 2023 elections, you will find that many of women are now afraid of joining politics because of cyberbullying. So we have seen in other political parties, we have dedicated, social media bullies who are dedicated to character assassinate other people, especially the women prospective candidates. So when the issue now of virginity goes beyond the cultural expectations or cultural and the traditions, and goes now to be used as a way to bully other candidates or to bully others in general. It becomes a challenge, and it is something that needs to be addressed. That needs all stakeholders to come on board. We have the Gender Commission also in Zimbabwe should also be playing its role in making sure that women and children should not be bullied. But in terms of encouraging what they call maybe good maybe behavior of not indulging in sex for various reasons, it can be done without necessarily, bullying women. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. And another question for you is, what measures should be put in place to stop the violation of women and girls' rights on internet? Because this is something that is already happening. We say we have age of consent to say at 18 wakubvumirwa kuita sex, but now I'm not a virgin, but on internet it's being said I was a virgin saka wakadai. So what measures can be there kuti tibatsirike out there?
Okay,
so on social media tine nyaya dzezvibhorani kuti musikana uyu chibhorani because akarara nevanhu vanganikana kuti haana mushenge nini, haadonedze musika, all those stuff. Saka tiri kuti kune zvemutemo, kune mutemo here unoprotect all the young women and girls out there vari kuitwa bullied on social media?
Yeah, I think, like I said, the Cyber and Data Protection Act now criminalizes anyone who would have intentionally spread or some information through the computer with the purpose of harming, causing psychological or economic harm. You will find that possibly you said before you're a hustler, and maybe someone defames you, and your customers will not want to be associated with you. That's another, damage to your business, beyond the damage to your character. And tomorrow you'd want to be married, and someone has already defamed you. It is also causing, harm to you. The world over, we are losing precious lives because after cyberbullying, they go on and commit suicide. And these are things that we don't think any country or a legislator would want to see happening. And as I said, for sure, if you are involved in defaming someone, it's different from a general statement that Shadaya gave, which possibly attracted a backlash to what, or mixed feelings to what he said. Some are saying they also need value for money when they pay Lobola. But in this case, there are a wide array of issues whereby, women are being defamed, being bullied. But the law is very clear. And now, even before, it was difficult but we had the Elton Makumbe case. But we have seen, and I also explained the Mshunje case, whereby a male person, said that someone had intentionally infected someone, the boyfriend, with HIV. They were taken to court, but it was then through the Codification Act, it was difficult, to criminalize them. But now under Cybersecurity Act, it is becoming more easier. And before the Cybersecurity Act, it was even taxing and costly for the victims to bring their cases to court. If you are bullied, let's say, by Shadaya, maybe you got money more than yourself. You are maybe bullied by someone who is, let's say, you are fighting Strife Masiwa. Strife Masiwa will be able to say, for example, hire the best lawyers in Zimbabwe because he got money. And now there is need maybe for more support on the legal aid. The state should also make sure that it provides more legal support to the victims of cyberbullying, especially the girl child. Of course, I am cognizant of the fact that not only the women are being cyberbullied or are being defamed, or even everyone is also subject to be bullied through the computer, through the internet, and the laws should apply fairly. But in this case, we have seen that women have been more on the victim side as compared to men, and men sometimes they are capable, of defending themselves, but there is need for the state to also make sure that this law can be easily implemented. But as it stands, for sure, the law can actually criminalize cyber bullies. And what is more important is now to make sure that there is sensitization, there is awareness, and the people should know. In schools, there is need for more organizations to come on board, simplify the law, and also make sure that the girl child, the women, and everyone, they are aware of this new law. And it also helps even those who are going to be accused. You don't need to be accused of something that you committed without knowing. Even the Shadayas of this age, they don't need to commit crimes without knowing. They need to be, educated that if you do this, you are actually stepping beyond the confines of the law. And if you do this, you can be sued and you can be charged. You can also be sent to prison for 10 years. So we don't want someone to go to jail because of clicking just a button and sending. So it goes even to cover issues which you can discuss in groups. And in Hong Kong, they also talk of cyberbullying. It's not just in Zimbabwe, but world over. Even at SADC level, ministers of ICT, they also have the meetings before coming up with brainstorming on how they can harmonize ICT laws, and also specifically focusing on cyber security. But the other issue is in Zimbabwe, maybe there are still fears, that maybe cyber security is being seen as synonymous to state security. But now you see it's a broader issue, and I think we are not yet there in terms of making sure that the people of Zimbabwe are aware of the Cyber Security Act. Thank you.
Ndofunga ngozvinzwira uyu hubobosomono uri kubva muhombodo yemudhebhi chaiko handingawa nechekuedzera. Mukoma Shadaya mune chekutaura here paniswa tauro?
Yes, there seems to be so much emphasis on cyber, the cyber laws to protect women and children. Again, ndo panotangira everything else. Why are we, like having a bias towards, a certain demography, a certain gender? Men are also getting abused on the internet, and But Ashtaura, you gave your examples like Kunzi, Chinonzi, vakadzi vasiri mavirgin, vakadzi vasina magaro, vakadzi vakadai. No, but men also go through that, every single time. Broke niggas this, broke niggas that, broke niggas this. Short men, tvarume tupfupi tunenge tuvana, tvarume twakadai tunenge tuchi, varume vane manza, vakadai. We also get bullied, and that's just how way things are, and But now, I think if someone doesn't go personal on you, like let's say, I'm just giving an example. Tanya, iwewe, uriningi. And that is what we now maybe call cyberbullying. But if something is said like an opinion in general without a specific name mentioned, a specific target mentioned, just saying something in general, and freedom, and people should have opinions, and even if they are going to hate you, my feelings are go, and because now I think people want us to create a digital space here, which is only we are there to make you feel good. They're supposed to say something, chinoku ita you feel like good. Now we come to the age of political correctness. You cannot say fact. You have to substitute that word. You cannot say word ragadai. Come on. Inini makutontaza ku express oji my true self. I want to say something. Fat people, they are not healthy. And now I'm being told you are a bully. How is that a bully? Inini I'm basing zvangu evidence yangu yanenge nchibesa nayo. And but now makundu thought no, that's being a cyber bully. ndo pane problem ipapo.
Okay, so tichitanga patataura zve-internet etiquette tataura kuti your opinions haafaniri kunge achiviolata ma-rights emumwe or kodzero dzemumwe. So now the problem iri kuzouya whereby vanhu anenge aviolate kwama-rights waharasa mumwe munhu.
Takupinda musituation yekudai, so people are now confusing rights with feelings. That's the thing. If you hurt your feelings, those are not your rights. There's a difference between my feelings and my rights. Ndikati zvone vanhu vadafu havasi healthy. And iwewe you feel offended. I didn't violate your rights. Ndaheta my feelings zako. There's a difference. The law isn't there to protect feelings. The law is there to protect my rights. And
I have a right to sex at the age of consent in Zimbabwe at 18.
And then in Nini now, and then I come. I also have the right to say this. Men should want to marry virgins. That's my right. I want a virgin. And if it offends you, as not offend my rights, offend my feelings, preference. That's the thing. We need to separate the difference between feelings and my rights. Because most of the things cyberbullying, these are just feelings, not rights. Rights, when we talk about rights, we're talking about your rights to maybe privacy. Let's say in Takadana and we decided maybe we did a sex step and it was for us and then Itarambana, I'm now bitter, I published that thing. That's what we now call cyberbullying. And I come personal on you and I'm trolling you with the way you look or whatever. That's cyberbullying. But if I say something in general and on top of that shitorini evidence to support it, that's not cyberbullying. That's just you not being able to control your feelings. Yes, you're fragile. And I cannot be, responsible for your fragility. That's the thing.
Okay, but young people out there, you have to know that you have your sexual and reproductive health rights are different, like tinema human rights, but we also have our sexual and reproductive health rights. You have to say no to sex, you have to say yes to sex. Age of consent or not. Say what we want, a generation of healthy young people. So we can be healthy, at the age of consent wakuziya zvokuitika hanzi naShadaya kune ma-feelings kune ma-rights. So let me just have parent shots from you, Honorable. The time is yours.
Thank you so much. I would say to our viewers and listeners, it is important that we make efforts to read the Cyber and Data Protection Act, and also to stay safe, and also as we enjoy the internet, the social media, let us utilize them responsibly for the development of our country. And also where we have issues, let us also try to grow in our debates, exchange our different views without bullying each other. And cyber criminals are a reality now in Zimbabwe. We don't want to see anyone going to jail because of cyber security. And I concur with Shadaya that cyberbullying can also affect both men and women. But I still maintain that women, if it has been proven that women are more on the side of victims as of now. Thank you.
Thank you. And Shadaya?
I would say, here's the thing. Let us not get to a point whereby we are only saying things those are very comfortable. We need to have uncomfortable discussions. And we need to make sure that in as much as people's rights are respected, and we are still in a way a society where people can also still express warmer opinions without being criminalized. And at the same time, if nothing is done to you personally, don't take it like you've been cyberbullied. No one is cyberbullied you. It's just you, unema feelings and you are soft.
What if you say women and then I'm a woman?
That's the thing. When you say men are trash, how am I trash? Every day men are trash is trending. Am I trash? Am I trash? You will be saying men are trash because of your boyfriend who did whatever to you. I'm not even part of your relationship, but automatically because I'm a man, I'm now trash. Do I go and complain about that?
They do complain.
I don't complain about it. That's how it is, right? And opinions, please. My rights, my feelings. There's a difference between the two. And on top of that, just use your common sense. You are simply saying you are stressed because of what you are seeing on a screen.
Oh Christ.
No, to be honest, why are you stressed about something that you can decide with? I cannot be part of it. In every single day, people say whatever they want to say about me. And I could be depressed. I could choose to be depressed. I could choose to maybe I'm committing suicide. I simply decide to switch off my phone. Simple as that. There's no need to complicate things. If something isn't, and those are truth. We've got a generation who are too soft now.
Okay.
Too soft.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Alright guys, anzi kangoma karirisi ndo kaparuki akakakupotsa kaparuka manje ndofunga mangozvinzwirawo yanga iri mudariro yanga iri mugango but chandoda ngotsinira ndechekuti ngatizive marights edu ngatite read around tine maconstitution anotaura zvaataura tine malaws anotaura zvaanotaura saka pacyberbullying wakufana kutonoverengawo onzwisisa zviri kuitika ofambirana nenguva so that ozoti anopinda mujeri ndewo pasingapinde mujeri anina mukoma Shadaya dzima foni yako kana wasotwa kana wabaikana. But you guys just know the laws out there, just know the rights, your rights, our rights. We defend our rights, we defend the rights of young people. That's why I am an SRHR defender. And guys, don't forget that say what we have a toll-free number which is 577, which provides psychosocial support, child protection services, as well as SRHR services. So just call them 24/7 vanenge varipo kuti vakubatsirei kuti vatibatsire sevechidiki. Until we meet next time, bye.